After the Peloponnesian War was over, power within Greece changed greatly. There's one individual that decides to take power in Greece, and that is Philip II of Macedon. He takes over all of Greece. He lived through the Persian War and was very upset with how Greece was governed, and he really wanted to save the Greeks from themselves. So in 338 BCE, Philip and his son Alexander are going to use their army to defeat the Greeks. They conquered their own people to save them from their corrupt and inefficient governments. Philip is not going to be the king of Greece for long. While Philip is traveling to his daughter's wedding, he's going to be murdered. And so his son Alexander is going to take the throne at the young age of 20. Alexander will be known as Alexander the Great. And he was seen as a warrior / barbarian. However, he was a very well-educated young man. And he loved everything about Greek culture. So now that he had control of Greece, he wanted to invade Persia to punish them for attacking Athens. And he wanted to take back some of the Greek art that the Persians had stolen from the Greeks. So in 344 BCE, Alexander and his army are going to attack Persia, and they quickly win a series of victories. After conquering Persia, Alexander is going to go on to conquer Egypt, and he wants to use Egypt to set up a supply line for his troops. After he finishes this, he decides that he wants to completely destroy the Persian Empire. And so he is going to surround the armies of the Persian Emperor and capture the city of Babylon. After he finishes that, he's going to move eastward towards India. Alexander never loses a battle in his life. It's very impressive. His men in his army greatly respected him. When his army and him get to where present-day India is, Alexander's troops, they want to go home. They had been out conquering the world for more than 10 years, and they had marched more than 11,000 miles. They're tired, they're homesick, they want to go home. You could see here all the places that Alexander and his army went and conquered. If he was able to continue, he very well would have conquered probably all the ways to where China is today. So Alexander, he does return home due to the fact that his troops want to go back home. They've been gone for so long. He returns to Babylon to refit his army. So he's going to recruit new troops. While he's there, though, at the age of only 32, he dies. And there's a lot of different stories about his death. Some people say he was poisoned. Some say he had malaria or typhoid fever. We don't really know why he died. Alexander, though, is going to have a huge impact on the world and on history. He has a huge legacy. He brought knowledge and culture everywhere that he went and conquered. He creates a whole new culture. It's called the Hellenistic culture, and it's a combination of Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian cultures. So everywhere that he conquers, he takes the best of those cultures and combines them. So if there's something really great within one of the cultures he conquers, he doesn't get rid of it. He adds it to create a new culture. Everywhere that he traveled, he brought experts with him. People that were like botanists, people that studied language, people that studied animals. He wants to capture everything from plants, animals. He wants to learn about the languages and customs of all the civilizations that he conquers. And he wants to gather all that information and bring it back to Egypt. In Egypt, Alexander had created this great city that he names after himself. It's called Alexandria, and it's really a city of knowledge. In this city, he is going to build a huge museum slash library. It's called the House of Muses. And within this museum, there are lecture halls, there are multiple libraries, laboratories. The House of Muses is going to house more than 10,000 scrolls of ancient learning and artifacts. And all the information that he gathers with his experts during his travels are going to be placed in the House of Muses. Alexander really encourages advancements in math, science, and medicine, and he's going to use building the House of Muses to help do this. Another building he's going to have built is the Pharos Lighthouse, and he's going to use this for to aid the navigation at sea, and it was an impressive 440 feet tall, which is really huge at the time. Alexander has a huge impact on history. He created a whole new culture, and he encouraged the advancement in many studies that continued well after his death.